All right, we're with Larkin Gross, our 2021 Section Championship, his first Section Championship with the Mid-Atlantic PGA. Tell us how you're feeling, Larkin.
Feel great. It was a longish week, but it's nice to come out on top and play really well.
Yeah, so let's start with your first round at Riverbend. You got it to, what, 4 under? How did it feel on the first day?
First day felt great. I drove it really well. I felt like I was in control of most of my game. Putted really well. Greens were perfect, which always helps. Made 1 or 2 silly mistakes, but they didn't kill me. I played solid the first day.
Okay, take us to, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, that was it.
Take us to the second day. Westwood, a completely different setup with greens and fairways firm and fast.
Yeah, so I played Westwood 2 years ago for my last amateur event and in the Mid-Atlantic game, and it played firm like that. So I'd seen it firm like that before, but I hadn't seen it in 2 years like that. And in our practice rounds, it wasn't anywhere close to that. So it was definitely different. The first hole, I didn't hit a good drive on the first hole, so he was chipping out from the bunker. So I had no idea how firm the greens were until I got to 2. Had an 80-yard wedge shot from the rough, and I landed it just short of pin high, and it went 60 feet by.
Wow.
So it was definitely an adjustment, but I played well. I had 2 3-putts at Westwood, but I putted really well other than that. I made some really good putts, some momentum putts. Just off the top of my head, the 12-footer comebacker from 50 feet on 13 was a big putt because that got me going, and then I made 2 birdies right after that. So yeah, I mean, that course played a lot. I wouldn't say it played tougher than here, but it's just completely different. You know, you were getting a lot of run out of the fairways. So if you're hitting it in the fairway, you're having short shots in, but you were in the rough. It was a bear. Yeah.
So you had a pretty healthy lead over there, but then Josh Spate birdies several coming in. You got a 1-stroke lead coming into today at Riverbend. How were you feeling with the 1-stroke lead overnight?
You know, obviously I would have preferred Josh to not birdie the 2 of the last 3 or the last 2 holes. But I mean, he's a great player, and we got to play together all 3 days, and he's an MU alumni. So you know, I know what he's capable of. He got me in the Maryland Open last year, so I know what it's like to go against him. And I wouldn't say I was expecting it, but it didn't surprise me.
Right,
so,
right. It's always great to have 2 Methodist guys going at it here.
Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, I'm lucky. I've been fortunate enough to be in the lead before. So I mean, I'm not saying I know how to deal with it perfectly, but I know how to kind of control my emotions and try not to think about it. I just went home last night and just sat on the couch and watched TV for 3-4 hours. So.
Right. Now the first hole today, you had trouble. Well, I would say that I followed you the whole front side, had trouble hitting fairways, but you managed to get a birdie with Josh making a bogey on the first hole. How did that make you feel? How did it help you?
That was good. I mean, obviously it freed me up a little bit. It made me feel, you know, it kind of took some of the jitters away. I actually hit a really good tee shot on the first hole. Just didn't cut back like I was thinking, but it was a confident swing, and I liked what I did with it. It made a good birdie, and I mean, Josh is like a great fairway wood player, so to see him hit it where he did on one was surprising. But yeah, it made me feel really good as far as, you know, settling in and getting comfortable. Because at the Assistants Championship, when we played that, I was super nervous both days for some reason. So having that happen on the first hole helped me settle down a little bit and get into the groove a little bit better. Yeah,
so you exchanged birdies on a couple different holes. He birdies 9. You're all square going into 10. Now what's the feeling?
Well, you know, I was a little upset that I blew my lead, you know, that early, but obviously I didn't convert a couple putts on the back third of the front 9, 7, 8. I had 2 really good looks and didn't convert them. I did make a long one on 6, but I was kind of kicking myself for at least not getting one of the ones on 7 and 8. And then on 9, I hit a great drive and just did not put myself in a good position and had to play safe and didn't give myself a good birdie opportunity, and Josh made birdie. So, you know, the momentum was definitely shifting, but, you know, it was better than if I had, you know, shot 2 or 3 over on the front 9 and I'd been 3 back.
Well, that's true.
So I think I took a lot of positives out of the front 9, which was good.
Okay, I think the first key hole of the back 9 was number 12, the drivable par 4. Our tournament director, assistant AD Bob Hines, tempted you all by moving the tees up. You both tried to drive it, and tell us what happened. It was a lot of action. Yeah,
so I saw Spate grab driver, and I had already made up in my mind that I was going to go for it. I just didn't know if it was driver or 3-wood. And when he hit it, I just was surprised that it was that far right. I mean, I knew right's where you wanted to miss it, but I didn't see it going that far right. And then I guess the wind took it even more. And then on top of that, I didn't even know that the long stuff, I didn't know you could get that far. So I'd never even been over anywhere near that area. So to see the ball fly into that, I was like, wow. And then there was a split second where I was like, I'm just going to lay up. And then I was like, no. I was like, it doesn't make sense, because if I get up there and he's got a perfect lie from a great angle, I was like, then I've lost my chance to make birdie.
Right.
So I hit driver and did not hit a good shot. Got lucky and then unlucky that it hit the cart path twice instead of once. And I thought I hit a really, really, really good flop shot, and just, I mean, it was a foot off, maybe.
Right, maybe inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's behind the hole, and he hits a great flop shot, but it just hangs up a little bit. Now you've got a dreaded downhill putt. Josh takes a couple to get out of the long grass, so he's on the green in 4 with about a 15-footer.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking over that putt? You're like, yeah, I'm sure you're saying, hey, just cozy it up there.
Yeah, and I knew the problem was I was still in the first cut of rough. So in my head, obviously, I was trying to think about it, but I was like, okay, we can't hit this too easy, because there's a chance we'll leave it in the first cut.
Right.
And then that's a whole mess of problems. So I tried to give it a little bit extra, and it's just so fast. I mean, like you said, Bob, I mean, it was a great hole location.
Right.
And I just made a dumb decision by not being more aggressive with the flop shot and at least getting it down to the green. Right. Because, you know, if I'd have gotten it there, I could have 2-putted, and no matter what, I was gaining a shot. Right. Instead, I had to hope he wasn't going to make it, and then all the momentum's gone for me. If I still had to make a 3-footer down the hill to keep one shot.
For bogey. So you pick up one there, hit an excellent shot on 13 to kick in range pretty much on the par 3 for birdie. But the next key hole was 16. You got a 1-stroke lead. There's that tree on the left you're trying to avoid against. You hit a little right, it's the cart path. Now you're behind a tree, up 1. What are you thinking?
Yeah, and I was, you know, in my head when I hit it off the face, I was like, you know, whatever. Wasn't a good swing, but at least I missed it on the proper side, because with the pin front left, it's a good angle. I could, you know, even in the rough, I could come in and let it bounce and roll to the pin. So I wasn't upset with it in the air. And then when I was just telling myself, I was like, don't hit the cart path, please don't hit the cart path. And then when I heard the click, I was like, crap. And then in my head, I was like, okay, maybe it got past those trees. And then when I saw you walk over there, I was like, that's not past them. Yeah. So I get up there, and I mean, like I said, good news and the bad news was, you know, I didn't have, it was so bad that I couldn't do something dumb and attempt a stupid shot, so I just had to chip out. There was a little bit of a root. I was worried I was going to hurt my hand, but thank goodness it was, you know, at a point where I wasn't going to hit it. I just chipped out in the fairway. And then when Spate hit his, I mean, in the air, I thought it was 5 feet, 6 feet. I mean, it just looked perfect, and I was like, crap, now I'm going to have to push to get par. And then it came up short, and I was like, well, I mean, at least he's not making birdie. I was like, if I make bogey, I still get out of here all square with 2 to play. Right. And then I hit a really good shot.
Did you hit an extra club because what you saw his did?
Well, so I had picked my club before, but then when I saw his, it reinforced that I had the right club in my hand.
Oh, good.
I hit a great shot in there. I mean, you know, especially with the wind kind of in the face and off the right from that angle, you know, with the bunker left, putting it in there would have been terrible. So I hit it really good, 5-6 feet right of the pin. And I in my head, I thought he was scaring the hole with his chip. Like, I thought it was going to be a foot, and I was going to have to make it to keep my lead. Right. And it looked like he missed his spot by, I mean, he said it too, it looked like he missed his spot by a foot, you know, 2 feet maybe. And just rolled out quicker, more than he thought. And when Bill Feder made his putt, I was like, crap, Josh has got the perfect line. I was like, I got to make this now. And he just gave it a little too much speed, I think, for the line he wanted to play. So I was like, okay, well, you know, good news is if I make this, I got 2 shots. If I don't, I got, you know, 1.
Still got your 1-stroke lead.
And I hit the putt, and I thought I hit it really good. I just gave it a little too much gas. It rolled way too far by, which let me know that I hit it too hard. But I was worried about it breaking off early low. And then I had to make a 3.5 footer, which I did, thank goodness.
For bogey, finally.
Yeah, for bogey. So I'm walking off the green, and I'm almost back by the carts, and I turn around, and I watch him, and he missed. I mean, I don't know how far it was, but like, I mean, he missed like a 3-footer maybe.
Right.
I mean, something like that. And I would have never.
Right. It was quite a reversal, right? Yeah. He's in the fairway thinking you're going to make bogey for sure. He might make birdie. He ends up making double. You make bogey, so now you got a 2-stroke lead going into 17. Hit a great shot, great putt. Let's just call that, and so now you've birdied 17. So you're standing on 18T now with a 4-stroke lead. You got to be thinking safe, right? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I just grabbed 4-iron, and the problem is, because Josh was the one closest to me, the issue with him is he hits it so far and we were downwind that I knew he still could put eagle on the board very easily.
Yep.
So I had to get it in the fairway between the two bunkers. I was like, once I did that, you know, I felt a lot better about it.
Yep.
And then after I hit the layup, I kind of chunked the layup because I was really trying to make sure I got my body through, so I didn't flip the hands and go left. But I hit it right in the center stripe. Took a little extra club uphill. It was like 105. I didn't want to hit a full 58 because I was worried that if I try and go at it hard, I could thin it and go over the green. So I was like, I'm just going to swing easy with the 54. Hit it a little left, but I was trying to avoid the bunker on the right. Yeah. So I just played it safe, and it ended up in a good spot, and two putts to win.
Two putt for the victory.
Yeah,
yeah, it's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah.
So you got a great staff at Springfield. Ian McConnell also made it. So you're all going to the national. You're both going to the national championship.
Yep.
Kind of tell us how that feels. Representing Springfield.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, I got the chance to do it last year, in April, and it's cool. I mean, you know, we carry the logo with us wherever we go. You know, I got it on my sleeve. He's got it on his chest or his sleeve. So, you know, I think our members love that we play, and you saw two of our members out here today, and they like that that we're good and that we represent the club. And you know, I mean, it's cool that we're both going, and you know, we've had a lot of good battles at Springfield. He typically gets me at Springfield, but you know, it's cool to have both of us going and representing the club.
All right. Well, congratulations to our 2021 champion, Larkin Gross, representing Middle Atlantic PGA. You got to look forward to next year's Champions Dinner. You got to start planning the menu now, and we'll see you in 2022 for that.
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it.